hitting it. I'm hitting it. I'm hitting it. I'm hitting it. No, I'm hitting it. I'm hitting it. I'm hitting it. I ain't studying the devil. I ain't studying the devil or his hosts. I ain't playing around. I'm hitting it. I'm hitting it. So yeah. So. And I'm believing God for scores of people to go all the way. And I believe the glorious church is not going to be what we see now. And it's not going to be a remnant company hiding out you don't know about. You got to know that you're on the side of that company that God is sustaining to make a difference in the world so that things will happen the way he ordained them to happen. So, okay, so let's go into this thing now. So if you look at Genesis chapter 3 and verse 20, and I'm really going out there with you with this one. And so it says in the Living Translation, and then the man, Adam, named his wife Eve because she would be the mother of all who live. Now that sounds like, look here. And the Lord God made clothing from animal skins for Adam and his wife. I could go into that, and by saying this, we're the only animal that do not grow their clothes from within. They're outer covering. All the other animals, fish have what? Scales. Bears have hair, right? You just think about everything else. But mankind, we're the one that put on. That's the problem with Christianity. There's too much putting on. So he says, you hypocrites, you honor me with your mouth and serve me with your lips, but your heart is far from me. What is he talking about? He's talking about hypocrisy. The Greek word for hypocrisy is hypocriter. It's the word actor. The only place that there shouldn't be acting is in the church. You shouldn't get an Oscar in the church and major in faking. Yeah, Matthew 15, 7 and 8. Hypocriter. So you want to cultivate integrity. So the breastplate of righteousness can better be defined as the breastplate of integrity. That's the way. Like in Promise Keepers that I spoke in, and Bishop, I spoke in 50 stadium events with Promise Keepers. They had at least 50,000 men in every one of them. So, ghetto and gutter, I mean, how? The leaders, which some of them are still living, came to Coach McCartney, who was the coach of the football team of Colorado. They said, why you got Bishop Boone talking in all these? And then he said it straight up, right in front of them. He says, don't you hear him? Can't you tell God is talking when he's talking? This is what Coach said to the executive staff of Promise Keepers. Why? Because they didn't have ears to hear. They said, we can get Swindoll. We can get Franklin Graham. We can get Rick Warren. They were all kind of evangelical guys. I wasn't big enough for them because they thought big was the size. See? They didn't know that had to do with access before God. They didn't know that while they were going out to eat dinner, while they were going on vacation, I was on a 40-day fast. They didn't know that I cultivated praying all night. Look, I did a book called My Journey with God. It's 300, maybe 400 pages. Phoenix University of Theology read it. It has 1,000 footnotes in it. Now I said I'm ghetto. What I'm doing with all them footnotes? Well, I wanted to verify what it meant that to have a journey with God. There are many Christians who are tripping. They don't realize they're on a journey. And the journey is into Christ's likeness. What do I have to do to be like Christ? I wrote a book that's 300 pages like that you could get. I don't push nothing. I don't push it. I did it. You just got to find out about it. If I'm saying something that's important to you, do it. You know what? Regent University want to use that book in their school of theology so that every student that is in the theological school has to go through that book. Because I give you the critical things you need in your life to be consecrated. The consecration is not a mistake. You're not going to get there by just guessing. So in this world that I was in, Promise Keepers, they believe in accountability. So that means, right, accountability, that means you got somebody asking you questions like, did you spend time with your wife this week? Did you pray this week like you should? This is men asking men. Did you talk with your children about what kind of life they should have? And he said, well, yeah. Well, when that guy who you're accountable to goes away and you stop doing that, guess what? You are unchanged. Accountability is just managing your sin. Accountability is sin management. What you are alone with God and nobody looking is what you are in God. The breastplate of righteousness is the breastplate of integrity. It's what you are. Integrity is the creative standard that from the inside out you are like God. And so that company that comes down from heaven out of God, the new Jerusalem that Jesus is going to marry, that wears the white raiment, they didn't put that on. They grew it from the inside. God is not going to let his son marry underneath his level. God is picking out the wife. You grow into your confidence. And so you're a perfect match. So where did the woman come from? He came from the side, or in the actual Hebrew, the rib, but the sides, she's a whole half. God made her. Now watch. The same God that said, let us make man, also said it's not good that man should be alone. I'm going to make. Look at that word again. So the same word make for the man is the same word make for the woman. So the woman has the same ability as the man, only a different assignment. And when you look at Revelation 21:8, and you see all fearful, the unbelieving, fornicators, liars, and all those are not issues of accomplishment, it's issues of diminished character. You go to hell because you don't have the character to inhabit that realm. Your behavior is suited for where you're going to go. So if you say to somebody, go to hell, it's because they must be acting like somebody that's going to be down there. But we're really going to go to heaven. But the issue is where you're going to be placed. Now, John 14 says, in my Father's house are many mansions. The word is dwelling places. So the issue of heaven is placement. Hey, I can't wait to get my mansion. Stop it. Stop. Get no house. Ain't no house like that. He's not talking about no house. You are the house. Where is he going to place you? What do you qualify for?